this morning is on verse 18. Amen?
Amen.
And it reads, "For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved it is the power of God." This morning I want to talk from the subject, the human predicament and the divine solution. Human predicament and the divine solution. I'm often led by the Spirit of God, particularly as we celebrate and worship on the first Sunday. As I see the table of the Lord set before us, it's very important that specifically on this Sunday and even every Sunday, but specifically the first Sunday, that somehow grace be prominent in our mind. And so my brothers and my sisters, as we look at Paul's writing in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 18, what Paul helps us to understand is that humanity has been in a predicament since the beginning of time. As we look at the human predicament, we need to understand, as we look for various solutions to the inhumanity of man, the only solution there is God's solution. We need to understand, my brothers and my sisters, that life is a fatal disease. And when I say life is a fatal disease, we need to understand that none of us is going to live forever. Job says that man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble. As a matter of fact, as soon as we are born into the world, because of what took place and the consequences of Genesis chapter 3, as soon as we are born into the world, we may be physically growing, but we are decaying each and every day. Somebody talk to me in this place. So we need to understand that with all of our technology, with all our ingenuity, with all of our new health plans and fitness centers, life is a fatal disease. We are not going to live forever. We are actually born to die. Somebody talk to me in this place. As a matter of fact, life is so fatal that none of us will get out of life alive. Somebody pray. So the doctrine of salvation, in its theological context, is this: salvation can save you from a future. Salvation can save your future from being eternally fatal. They're going to say it again. Salvation can save your future from being eternally fatal. There's only one guarantee, and I'm not being pessimistic, I'm being optimistic. There is only one guarantee in that future, and that only guarantee is that you're going to die. Somebody talk to me in this place. And we need to understand that as we are trying to come up with all the solutions for the inhumanity of man, listen, none of us would ever imagine that a mother in bed would fatally shoot and attempt to kill all three of his children. But the fact of the matter is, there is a human predicament that we've got to deal with. It doesn't matter what news source, whether it be television, whether it be social media, you will discover that humanity becomes more despicable each and every day. Dr. Benjamin Elijah Mays, who served as president of Morehouse College, said this: "Never assume that just because Morehouse has done something to a man's head, that Morehouse has also changed that man's heart." He said that is where the Morehouse experience stops and the heavenly house has to take over in the realm of the process. Dr. Mays said, listen, we cannot educate ourselves out of being as bad as we are. And there's some point where we've got to realize that someone greater than ourselves has to step in and fix the predicament and the plight that we are facing. And we need to understand, my brothers and my sisters, as we see ourselves digressing rather than progressing, we need to understand that God is still the answer for the world today. Humanity is in a spiritual trauma center right now. As a matter of fact, we are in the emergency room and we need some help. And whenever we experience, listen, these traumatic moments in life where we see one thing taking place after another, when we see bombs being shipped in the mail, when we see that no one can get along with one another, we have to ask ourselves, what am I to believe believe about human nature. I thought we were inherently good. At least that's what the psychologists and sociologists told us. I thought that if I lived in the right neighborhood, if I just flew out of the inner city and got someplace else, I thought I wouldn't experience all these things that are going on. But I discovered that problems exist everywhere. What are we human beings really like? As a matter of fact, many of us don't want to admit it, but if we would just go into the recesses of our own mind, there's some things that we thought that we don't want nobody else to think about. Somebody talk to me in this place. Who are we? Who am I? And what is the truth about human nature? My friends, that is our dilemma. Question that men and women have been asking since the dawn of self-consciousness. There was absolutely no reason for Cain and Abel to have that argument. But we find that no sooner than man and woman had been created, that one brother turned on his own brother. And I'm not using the term brother as a euphemism. I'm not using it, my brothers and sisters, like we use as brothers and sisters in Christ. They were biological brothers. And so we saw the worst of humanity. The end of human time. We've all tasted enough human goodness and human badness to wonder about the mystery of human nature. Are we all good, or are we all bad? Are we some good and some bad? Are we bad good, or are we good bad? How are we to relate to one another? I mean, should we be naive? Should we just walk to our car at night and assume that nobody's going to stumble upon us? Should we just go about our merry way and act like nothing? Should we be naive? Should we be cynical? Should we be shrewd? Or should we be hopeful? The fact of the matter is, when it comes to our human predicament and human nature, if we don't focus on the cross, we are being naive, we'll be cynical, we'll be shrewd, and we'll have no hope. Paul says if we focus on the cross, we'll realize there's one solution. The negatives of human nature. We receive a great deal of help in traumatic moments from an event that has profoundly impressed civilization. The cross, the crucifixion experience. Listen, in this 6-hour dramatic episode, on one Friday, we saw the best and the worst of humanity on that one Friday. What took place on Good Friday, you will never see humanity at its greatest or humanity at its worst than what we saw on that Friday. So if you give me a moment, I just want to analyze humanity at its worst and humanity at its best. The human predicament in all of its complexity is dramatically played out side by side as we see human nature at its worst and best. Never before or since have we seen the heights and depths of the human spirit appear so close together. Returning, my brothers and sisters, to this place serves as a spiritual gyroscope that allows us, my brothers and sisters, to recalibrate ourselves as it relates to the best and the worst of our human predicament. We need to understand that it enables us to balance our lives both physically and emotionally and spiritually and not be naive when we see what took place on the cross. On the cross, first of all, we see the worst of humanity in two different ways. It's very clear from the cross, and looking at the cross, that humans have the capacity to hurt one another deliberately. It's very clear from the cross that we as human beings, I don't care what side of the track you're from, all of us have the propensity to get caught up in mob rule. We all have the propensity to get caught up in human rhetoric and go along with the crowd and hurt folk deliberately. Jesus hadn't done anything. He had healed folk, had cured folk, had done everything good for everybody. It was not by accident that Jesus was on the cross, human beings deliberately concocted schemes, framed an innocent man in order to put him on the cross. Many of us want to talk about the Roman soldiers and the Jewish authorities that put Jesus on the cross, but it shows us something about our human nature. We have the propensity to hurt folk on purpose. I know you don't want to admit it, but all of us have hurt somebody on purpose. We've opened our mouth and said some stuff that we sure enough wanted to hurt somebody. We saw somebody down and we didn't have the nerve to kick them when they was up. But as soon as we saw them down, we took both feet and tried to kick them. There's something in human nature that makes us hurt folk on purpose. Now, in fact, a whole lot of us have the nerve to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But you planned to do what you did to that person. That was deliberate, premeditated, malicious hurt that you caused to somebody else. And we see those standing around the cross who represent humanity, who deliberately and premeditatedly put our Savior on the cross. The experience Jesus underwent was not an accident. He was not inadvertently run over by a truck. It was premeditated, calculating human strategy. The fact of the matter is, we must realize that we have the capacity. Listen, the Roman executioner is a preeminent figure in the drama of Good Friday, and he reminds us each and every day that we all have a real part within us which makes us want to hurt folk for no reason. I don't know why we are like that, but there's something within humanity that makes us deliberately hurt folk, and that gives us the first description of the worst of humanity. And secondly, for those of us who want to say that we have not deliberately hurt somebody, we also see the worst of humanity in another way at the cross. The second aspect of human nature is also apparent at the cross. We have the capacity to ignore the sufferings of other human beings. Now listen, there are some folk who might deliberately hurt, but there's some folk who just stand by and watch somebody get hurt and don't want to do nothing at all. That's where we see the story of the Good Samaritan. Because the fact of the matter is, there was one man who will go unnamed that hurt that man on the Damascus road. But there were two others that walked by and act like they didn't have no responsibility to help the person that was hurting. Listen, my brothers and sisters, there are a whole lot of human beings that are suffering in this world. And a whole lot of folk, my brothers and sisters, who have deliberately and through orchestration put them in a life situation where they can't help themselves. And then a whole lot of folks stand by and say, well, listen, I didn't do it. I didn't put them in that situation. But they won't step out and have the guts to do something to help somebody who's hurting. We have the capacity to ignore the sufferings of other human beings. Listen, there were far fewer executioners at the cross than there were bystanders who didn't try to stop it. And the fact of the matter is, even as we complain, my brothers and sisters, about what's going on in our nation, there are far few people causing what's going on than the number of people who sitting by and ain't saying nothing. Somebody ought to talk to me in this place. It is the silent majority that allows things to take place. Far and away the largest group were the spectators to suffering, who simply observed the scene and did nothing. I know it might be a good thing to give a cup of cold water and a free meal to somebody suffering, but it's far more to stand up and do something that allows that person to get an education, get a job, so they can feed themselves. Somebody ought to talk to me in this place. And the fact of the matter is, there are more of us who stand by and do nothing. This, my brothers and sisters, is more surprising. Since just 5 days before, Jesus enjoyed a ticker-tape parade. Listen, I want to talk about, I'm past point one. I want to talk about the few folk that put him on the cross. I know somebody nailed his hands, somebody pierced his side, that's two. Somebody took him off the cross, that's 3. Somebody buried him, that's 4 folk. But it was a whole lot of folk that was lined up on the side of the road when he came in on Palm Sunday that was waving palm branches when he had that parade. Where all those folk go? Somebody talk to me in this place. Great majority participated in the crucifixion by ignoring the plight of someone else. But we ain't gonna stop there. We see with those first 2 what human nature is. But what we see on the cross is what human nature can be. Listen, the full story of human nature has not been told. If we only focus on those who deliberately caused harm and those who stood by and watched harm take place. The crucifixion displays yet another facet of man, our capacity to love, help, and bless. Beyond the executioner and the silent masses, there is a figure on the cross. And my brothers and sisters, he too is a man. Yes. And Paul wants us to understand that the scandal of the cross, what is foolishness to humanity, is that man who was on the cross, while he was facing the worst of humanity, he died and demonstrated what humanity could be in the hands of the one who was dying. The drama of Calvary is comprehensive in revealing full scope of human nature. The purpose of Christ's coming was to demonstrate once and for all what a human being can be under God. Jesus lived out the full potential of man. Christ has acted out in human history what God means for all of us to be. He became what we are so that we can become what he is. Listen, did not Jesus pray on the cross, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing. Their capacity to hurt is true. Their capacity to ignore is true. But it's not the final truth. Men and women have not realized what they can be until I actually die on the cross. They have not yet grasped the vision of what God planted in them. Listen, my brothers and my sisters, we need to understand that Jesus, when he was on the cross, he was the sacrifice for the worst that is in us. Which brings us back to the anguished question of the human spirit. What about human nature? In a book by Mark Driscoll and Gary Brashears, they write a book called Death by Love, Letters from the Cross. They give some very riveting applications of those who have been sexually abused, those who have been raped, those who have been misused, and talk about how the cross of Christ is able to transform our hurt into hope. They give a brilliant presentation of the theology of the cross that helps us understand that yes, life is fatal, but the sufficiency of God on the cross is able, my brothers and sisters, to redeem us. And we need to understand some compelling truths about the cross. The cross is a multifaceted jewel. Great theologian says that the cross is the great jewel of the Christian faith. Many precious facets shining together for the glory of God. We might see the worst of man, but we see the best of man dying on the cross. The Bible says that Jesus died in order that our unrighteousness could be replaced by his righteousness. Listen, we have allowed the cross of Christ to become a pagan jewel that we pull out when there is a human disaster. We have to divest the cross of its power by simply saying we don't want Jesus until there's some human disaster. We don't want him until a school is shut up. We don't want him until there's a terrorist attack. But we've got to want the cross of Christ each and every day. The jewel of Christ must stand alone, because the cross of Christ is not mounted in your ring. It's not mounted in that necklace around your neck, but it's mounted in human history, in the blood of Jesus Christ. And I'm thankful today that Christ mounted his cross, not simply only here, but mounted his cross in reveals the love of God like nothing else. Understand that greater love has no man than this, that he laid down his life for his friends and for his enemies. And I'm thankful that Christ laid down his life for an enemy and a wretch just like I am. Thankful that he died. Thankful that his blood was shed. Thankful that he was buried. Thankful that he got up. Thankful that he's coming back. Thankful that he intercedes. Thankful that he looked beyond our fault and supplies our need. Listen, as we stand here today, if you are standing and yet still in your human predicament, understand that Christ died in order to give a divine solution to your human predicament. Your human predicament is not psychological, it's not sociological, it's not economic, it's not cultural, it's spiritual. You are separated from God by sin. We are all born in sin and separated from the love of God. But thanks be to God, his son died in order to reconcile us to his son through the shed blood of Jesus Christ. And I stand here today as a sinner saved by grace, charged by God to be an ambassador of reconciliation. I cannot condemn you, but I can give you hope from condemnation. And that hope is the blood of Christ. As the deacons come, if you stand here and have not embraced Christ as your Redeemer and Savior, come confess. Confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God has raised him from the dead. And the Bible gives a very precious and priceless promise. You shall be saved.